Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Julie Gilbert, and I am joined with Rachel Matthews. Hi, Rachel.
Hey, everybody.
Are you enjoying this gorgeous day?
Love it. It's another one of
Yeah.
those perfect, breezy, sunny
Oh, my
days.
goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Hey, and I'm having a hard time going to bed, Rachel.
I know. This is why daylight savings or daylight whatever we're in is not good for us.
Yeah, I know.
It's true. There's so much daylight. There's more to do.
More to do. Yeah. But you
Mhm.
know what? That might be an okay. I mean, if we're more active during our days, I mean, it's probably okay to go to bed a little bit later, as the sun goes down. So, I mean, I do think our rhythm changes with the season. So,
Yes.
yeah, and
Yes.
it can be
Agreed.
okay. But yeah,
Agreed.
I don't want to put my bedtime too much later though, right? Because we've
Right.
talked a lot about jet lagging ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, we are continuing our conversation in Eat, Move, Sleep by
Yes.
Tom Rath. And Rachel, I think we're on chapter 8.
We are. I loved this chapter.
Mm.
I was so excited. I mean, it's kind of stupid. Every chapter is great. So it's like every chapter, I'm like, oh, this is the best. The next chapter comes up. It's the best.
That's the best.
That's the best. But this one was, I mean, really, really good. Okay, and these are things that
Yeah.
maybe we don't talk about as much. So, first thing he points out is an empty stomach equals bad choices. So, shopping on an empty stomach, yeah, they did research and showed that people who are on an empty stomach are kind of in a fasted state. If you don't know exactly what you're eating and you have it planned out, you're really likely to overeat, grab the wrong thing, even when you don't really want to. We're thinking with our stomachs.
Can I make a confession?
Yes.
Yeah. My name is Julie. I've had food emergencies. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in my prior to my at the very beginning of my health journey, this is as a physician, I would sometimes just work through lunch and maybe grab a couple of bites. So I was absolutely, I was going to say ravishing. Aren't I ravishing?
You are ravishing.
Thank you. Ravenous.
Ravenous.
Ravenous. So, I mean, and I was like, okay, I know where the chips are. I know where the chips are. I know I can get to the chips. So as soon as I threw that my car in park, I mean, beeline to the cupboard and the
Yes.
chips.
Yeah.
It's a food emergency.
It's a food emergency. Yeah, and he even points out that the brain is likely doing this because it's trying to get the highest amount of calorie, blood sugar, glucose, whatever.
Right. Yeah.
It's sensing that there's something wrong.
Right.
And it's
blood sugar at a low. Danger,
Mhm.
danger, danger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we go to the quick carbs,
Mhm.
the convenient food, whatever. I don't have any time. Can't take the time to prepare the meal. I just got to eat the sugar. Yeah.
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 And we can certainly talk about the fact that food isn't an emergency. And we've talked about this in groups before, where if you slow down and are mindful, you will survive this.
Mhm.
And you can wait to eat something healthy. And that's what we do when we're fasting. We know we're not going to eat, so we don't. But what we're really pointing out here is when you're not being mindful, or you don't have
Mhm.
time to be mindful, or you get caught in that spin cycle of that
Yeah.
food emergency, and then you're kind of at that point it's a little too late.
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
know
Yeah, because you've become anxious.
yeah,
Yeah. Your
exactly.
cortisol, your stress kind of goes up that you feel like you're starving. Yeah.
Yeah. And so what have you done to prevent the food emergencies from coming
Mhm.
your way?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I eat lunch.
Right.
I
Meals.
stop working.
Mm-hmm.
I move away from the computer.
Yes. Yes.
And I eat and I make myself a lunch,
Mhm.
and I have a plan. I have a plan. So yeah,
Mhm.
so I have a lunch or that so that I'm not starving at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. hmm Yeah. He suggests having those healthy snacks,
Mhm.
taking something where, whatever, that handful of raw nuts, that's
Mhm.
not going to go bad, in your pocket or whatever,
Right.
maybe it'll go stale after a little while, I guess, but
Mhm.
yeah, in your airtight container, whatever that is. Your cut vegetables,
Yeah.
that's not going to go bad. You don't even have to put that in a cooler,
Yeah.
right.
Yes, that's what I've leaned on regularly. I try not to snack. I try to eat meals, but when I know that there's a bag of nuts or a nut mix and there's an apple or there's some carrot sticks or whatever in my car, I won't go to a
Mhm.
drive-through. I won't go to a
Mhm.
7-Eleven. I won't I will go to those things and it will hold me over, or it can replace an entire meal. If
Mhm.
I find myself somewhere and it's like I thought there was going to be a good option and there isn't,
Mhm.
well, I know I can eat what I have in my car. And I typically carry around quite, my kids make fun of me all the time. They're like, "What's in mom's glove compartment today?" I'm like, "Well, let me show you what I've got. You can eat your way through my car."
Right, right, right. Yeah, yeah. It actually can act like I mean, it kind of sometimes acts like a security blanket for me.
Yes.
Like, okay, I know I've got some healthy choices. I could eat them if I want to.
That's a really good point, because sometimes I don't even eat them, but it's like, I know I could if I had to.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm gonna be okay for now. Can I wait longer? Yeah, I can wait, but I can eat them if I want.
Right.
That's true. That's a really good point.
Yeah. Kind of
And,
your security blanket.
if we do the food, the super fridge we've talked about from BJ Fogg's Tiny Habits book, and we prep veggies ahead of time, or fruits and veggies, and we have them in the fridge, sort of cut, washed, ready to go in containers. I cannot tell you how many times I've been headed to a kid's baseball or softball game or something, or to a movies or anywhere, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna grab that just in case. And I can't tell you how more often than not, that's what I end up eating.
Right.
And I'm so
Yeah.
grateful that I had it. And I just eat my way through whatever this container has in it.
Hmm.
Carrots.
And you're not, yeah, and you're not falling victim to the concession
Mhm.
stands.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And I feel like I can pull something out of my bag and I'm like, well, I've got my own food and I can eat,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of freeing. It's a little freeing.
It's very freeing. And, I've been talking to a lot of clients this week about identity around food. And this one just had a great breakthrough where he now gets to claim the identity of being the guy who shops through Costco and his cart is full of healthy food. And people
Mhm.
make comments to him
Mhm.
as he's going through Costco.
Wow.
Wow,
Yeah.
your cart's really healthy. And the checker even like, this is the healthiest belt I've ever had to bring home. And he's like, yes, it is. And it's like, I'm trying to empower him. This is your identity.
Right.
I'm the
That's
guy
awesome.
who cruises through
I'm
Costco
the
with the
I'm the
health.
healthy Costco guy. He's gonna have his T-shirt.
Totally. Yeah. And then he even added, and I'm the healthy guy that walks by the pizza and the hot dogs on the way out, even though I'm
Wow.
dying. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I know. The smell still gets me, and I don't even eat meat. And I'm like, oh, so identity, that it's very empowering and
That's
freeing
so
to
good.
claim that.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, that's so good. I wanted to point out too that it's not just that drive to eat comes when we haven't eaten in a long time,
Mhm.
that food emergency, but it also comes if you stay up too late.
Ooh. Mhm.
Yeah, because past midnight specifically, yeah, we don't turn into a pumpkin, but our ghrelin, that hunger hormone, goes up, and you don't get hungry for broccoli after midnight.
No.
Yeah, it's popcorn, it's potato chips, it's cookies, it's something, the quick energy, because
Yeah.
your body knows intuitively you're supposed to be sleeping now to get energy, but you're not sleeping, so so you need energy. Yeah,
Yes.
so I mean, right,
Yes.
it's the wrong kind of energy.
Mhm.
You really need the sleep energy.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, so be in bed at least before 12 o'clock
at least.
and
Yeah,
earlier, because you
earlier.
wanna avoid that. That's just one extra temptation and struggle you don't wanna have to fight against.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Bed before midnight. Okay.
good point.
So the second thing, then, I like this, the
Mhm,
20-minute meal rule.
mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take 20 minutes to eat your meal.
Hmm.
Eat slowly, slowing down. He talks about that we eat so fast that our digestive system just cannot get the messages. You're full. You've had enough.
Hmm.
Um, And he said, this is really interesting though. He says that eating fast not only leads to consumption, but it nearly doubles your risk of obesity, and it increases your odds of developing type 2 diabetes by 2.5 times.
Hmm.
So
Maybe because you're just slamming sugar
Oh.
into your bloodstream. You're just kind of slam jamming it in there. Yeah,
Oh,
you get this big old spike.
right.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that brings me to our mantra: eat slow food slowly.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eat
Slow,
slowly.
slowly.
And enjoying it, chewing it, putting down your fork, having a conversation with someone and kind of trying to stretch it out. So maybe you use a timer, maybe you start up a game with your family, who can eat the slowest, and have fun with it. But gosh, it's gonna reduce the amount of acid reflux and
Right.
indigestion, and you'll be eating a smaller portion. I mean, just he goes on and on about the benefits of it. And
Yeah.
I only have known one person my whole life who was a slow eater, like naturally just kind of like, you're looking at them like, come on already, and everybody else I talk to, they're like, oh, I'm a fast eater. Everybody, oh, I'm a fast eater. They feel, they know it. So this is a common issue.
Yeah. Confession time again. My name is Julie.
I'm a recovering eating fast
eater. I used to wolf my food. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, well, and some of us come by this honestly because we've been in certain training or what. For me, it was residency, and if you didn't eat fast, you just didn't eat at all. So because your beeper would go off, and then you'd be off on, to your next emergency thing.
Yeah.
So and then I grew up in a big family, and if
you didn't eat
with big brothers, yeah, right, they were getting seconds before you were even scooped out your first.
Yeah.
So some of it's kind of hardwired in there, but we can undo that. That doesn't have to be that served us maybe before, but it doesn't serve us well anymore. So we can change that. We can change that. And for me, it's not chewing 100 times because that adds to my TMJ, but it is putting my fork down and breathing. And we learned so much about that breath and breathing with Mark David and Slow Down, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Right. Yeah. Breathing and doing it. I don't let myself eat until I've plated it and I've sat down. I have this little rule with myself because I'm a grazer. I would tend to like wander around the house and take a bite and go do things. And so I have to sit but I love it now because it's like my excuse to pamper myself and enjoy. And no, I'm going to eat my lunch. I'm going to sit down in the sun and I'm going to enjoy my lunch. And it becomes an excuse, and I love it because it's like, nope. Oh, this is my lunchtime.
Yeah. You kind of created a little sanctuary around it. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
Wonderful. All right. Very good. What's next?
Last one. Ooh, this is a good one too. We haven't learned about this before. The 12-hour mood boost if you move early. So he says that after just 20 minutes of moderate intensity. So this is a brisk walk, moderate intensity. Students, they did a research. Students were in much better mood compared to a control group. But the kicker was that the benefit of the mood lasted 2, 4, 8, and even up to 12 hours later.
Wow.
So this mood boost they got, we know we get mood boost from exercise. We know that. But that it lasts so long and then it carries over. So just 20 minutes of exercise could actually improve your mood for 12 hours.
Wow.
And so his suggestion is, of course, move earlier in the day, get your exercise in as early as possible in the day. So you benefit from all those 12 hours, don't exercise at night and then sleep it off, still exercise, but
right.
So that was really interesting. That mood boost.
Yeah. I'm sure it's that natural endorphin that we get, and that it actually, a lot of times we think exercise is going to take energy away. The opposite is true. Actually, it adds energy. It energizes your day. Yeah. So that's cool.
And that's a really good point, because I have a lot of clients who will oftentimes say, I'm afraid to work out, or I don't want to exercise because it's so exhausting. It drains energy. And so, he makes a good point that when you're just starting out, you might feel a little more tired. You might feel a little spent. You actually will probably sleep better. But that's normal as you're starting a new routine and it's hard and it's not your norm. So be patient with yourself and allow that grace to understand that if it feels more exhausting or it drains your energy, keep going.
Yeah.
Because it won't for long. It will energize you.
Yeah. And the other thing we could think about too is that maybe I don't start with 20 minutes. Yeah. Maybe I start with 5. Yes. And then get up to, because 5 minutes is not going to drain my energy. But then, so if I get used to that and acclimated and condition my body for 5, then I can go to 10. Yeah. And then eventually get to the 20.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Working out just enough to where it feels like you still feel good about it. You haven't exhausted yourself, and then work up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I do my workout in the morning. What about you, Rachel?
Because my schedule is different. I work out. It's all different times of the day. Okay. Generally, it's around 8 or 9 in the morning. Sometimes it's 7 in the morning, and sometimes it's not till 3 or 4. Yeah. But my coaching schedule is really all over the place. So, but I do try to move. I get some yoga and morning movement in with the sun and while I'm making my coffee first thing, and that's like 5:30 or 6. So it's not vigorous. It's not moderate intensity. It's pretty, but it's still movement and it still feels really good.
Yeah, and it sounds like it's outside, fresh air.
Yes.
Yeah, all
capturing
all those boxes.
Early light.
Cool. Yeah. That's great. Awesome. All right. Well, what's for dinner tonight, Rachel?
Well, you know.
I know. Tell us.
I'm in the middle of my 5-day fast. I'm doing my second month of 5-day fasting.
And this is day 3 for you. Okay. And you're looking good. You're not like.
No, I feel great. And what's interesting is I'm noticing, and I've been documenting what I'm noticing is different. From the first time, I was a little bit more low energy. I felt it a little bit more. This time around, it is like not phasing me. It's really bizarre. I'm getting some hunger early in the morning, and then I drink a big glass of water, and it's just gone for the rest of the day. And of course, I am eating a little bit. So if you know the prolon of fasting mimicking, I'm eating. So for dinner will be a little pack of soup. 1 pack of soup. That's all. And some tea and some water and, So, but that's for me. What about you?
Well, I'm expecting in about an hour an influx of my Texas family. Yeah. So
it happens today.
Yes. So my brother, my 2 brothers and my sister-in-law, they are coming in, and my son is home. And so I think my son's doing the cooking, and we're going to do tacos. We usually do a version of fish tacos, and but it starts with all kinds of greens and peppers and onions, and then he does this amazing thing with fish. I'm not sure exactly what wild caught fish it is, and then and sometimes we make our own tortillas, which is the yummiest. Yeah. And then, cilantro, all the herbs and spices. It's going to be delicious. And the best part about it is I'm not doing the cooking.
Yes. Now, do you have to clean, though? Does that mean you have to clean?
Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that.
It's a fair trade.
Yeah, fair trade.
Fair trade. That's amazing. That sounds so fun with family. You guys are going to sit together.
Yes.
Break bread together, and,
right. Yeah. And so this is, I'm really being aware of, because so many, it's coming to be summertime, and people are going on vacations and celebrations and parties. And so how do I stay consistent with the value of my health and enjoy this social setting? So this time I get to choose the food. So it's all going to be whole and real and homemade and all that stuff. And we all like eating that way. So there's no tug and pull there. But not overindulge, really paying attention to when I'm full and stopping, So, So
this is the season. This is the season where we all have to be really mindful of how do I honor my values and carry my health through this season where It's fun. It's fun and exciting and energized with celebrations in summer, but we can just lose ourselves and not know how to navigate. So
right. So this is good practice. So
Mhm.
so that's that'll be my challenge to people, is to just think of maybe the next barbecue or whatever
Mhm.
as a practice. This is practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is practice. And you guys can even practice eating slowly
Eating
together
slowly. That's
as a
right.
family today.
Yeah.
And
That's
rather
right.
than, gulping it down, make it last as long as possible. That's one of the things I've been recognizing with this fasting. And I noticed this last time, is that because I'm looking at my plate and I have like, a bowl of soup and 10 olives, I'm realizing how grateful I am to even be eating that. Like suddenly it makes me very grateful that I even have anything on my plate.
Yeah.
And it's just a bowl of soup and it's just 10 olives, but it seems like a feast.
Mhm.
But I know that's all I get. And I do not want to scarf it down. So I'm really slowing down to make it last as long as
Great.
possible.
Yeah.
I want to taste every little morsel of that olive, and so it's helping me mindfully be grateful for any amount of food I have,
Yeah.
and to slow it down.
Great.
So that's just more of that what he mentions in the book, that slowing
Excellent.
down and appreciating it. Yeah.
Very good. All right. Well, thank you so
Right.
much for that, Rachel, and
Yeah.
happy fasting.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll talk more about how your experience next time we see you.
Perfect. That sounds great.
All
Have
right.
fun with your family. Tell your son.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We'll talk again.
All right, everybody. See you next time.
Bye-bye.